people are intrigued in different aspects of my story. That's kind of what I'm learning. I'm working on I'm just barely starting coaching for flipping and just other ventures that I'm looking at doing. But I really want that audience
coaching to teach other people,
coaching
right?
to teach other people how to flip houses. That you really can. I hear it all the time. I hear people say, oh, you can start with no money down and all this stuff. But then when you really get into the program, they go, oh, well, if you just had X amount, or if you just did this. I really want to share my story because I really did do it with no money.
Right.
And it is horrible credit, no mentors, no coaches. I did it the hard way. I had to learn a lot of lessons, but I didn't have any other option.
Yeah.
My other option, I am still, that's been 8 years?
And your story is super inspiring.
Yeah.
From the moment I met you, you shared with me that story.
And obviously you're not working as a school teacher.
No,
right?
I haven't been working
now you're teaching is something that you're much more passionate. And you're making a significant amount of more income. And on top of that, you have a lot of freedom.
Yes.
You spend a lot of time with your kids. You attend your kids' events.
Yeah.
The future is bright for you.
It is.
Amazing.
And, it's really a lot because of Kevin. I am going to tell Kevin's story. We sat
That's
down.
all you.
Yeah, so we sat down next to each other at, what was that event? Some commercial real estate? What was that guy's name?
It was a multi-family.
So it was a multi-family, Matt Skinner. Matt Skinner.
Yeah.
Okay, we sat down at a Matt Skinner event, and there was some things that happened there, and so we had a little time to chit chat.
Right.
We just sat down next to each other and started talking, and I started telling him my story, and he said, "Oh, I'm a broker." I said, "Great. If you have any flips to send me, So we started following each other on social media. Just, following each other's story, whatever. Didn't do any business together initially. And one day he called me up. We would message occasionally, but he called me up, I think, with a insurance thing.
Right.
He called me with an opportunity, and we started talking. And somehow you just shifted, and you've said some key things that shifted my ability to leave teaching, my thought process, which was really key, which he thinks is not a big deal.
I asked you what you were doing before and how you're doing now.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're doing way more with flipping and real estate.
Yes.
But you're still stuck at your job, which was kind of like holding you back. You had like shackles still. So I asked you, hey, how much do you make at your teaching job?
Yes.
How much do you make at your flipping business?
Yeah.
And what was your response?
It was way more. I mean, in my teaching job, I was around 120-ish, I think, was what I was making after 20 some years.
Right.
But, in my head, I was like, well, I got that retirement. I got the free insurance. I was very stuck in that mindset. And a lot of it was because I was a homeless teen, the thought of letting go of something in my mind that was really secure, that nothing could happen. And I would at least always keep that roof over our head. It was really just dealing with that trauma and that thought process. And Kevin's like, those are golden handcuffs, man.
Golden handcuffs.
You are
and the key
golden
word you
handcuffs.
said was that letting go, right?
Yes, letting go.
So you did well from being on the streets, and then you got your first deal, but you still had that teaching job, which was your golden handcuff. You didn't want to let go of that.